Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, where you like, subscribe, and share for a one-of-a-kind company-made computer software trading probability-based trading alert, technical analysis, and company philosophy, as I'm your most trusted source for blockchain technology and cryptocurrency breaking news and coin updates here on YouTube and in the cryptocurrency sphere. As that's right, old Vincenzo's brought back truth in this volatile trading market, more importantly than ever, and integrity back into the trading sphere, right? And you can see right now we're still following that uptrend. We're coming up to your 50 or your 100-day moving average at 31,454, and we're about to come up to the upper resistance orange ring just below the 200-day moving average in green. Let's go to the 3-hour time frame. And that moving average is a little bit higher. The 200 is roughly in the same spot, and you breach the 50 just now, and you're going to try to work your way up towards that orange ring, and that would most likely be your sell area, as this looks like it could be a bearish continuation pattern. And if it's a small bearish continuation pattern, you would come from the target, the top of it, on the leg down to the bottom to the point of a breakout up here by that ring. And that brings you pretty close to that $21,000 targeted move out of that big bear flag we were in on that mountain double top neckline touch, right? When we had that consolidation. So that's what we're looking for right now. And if you go into the shorter time frames, your 29,862 is now support. As you can see, when it came up with our industry exclusive drawing tool, you came up and you held it right here all day today, and now you pumped up. So this is your new support at 29,000 when you come back down, and that's where you would need to hold. Or you could be topping out by that 200-day. Then you start to trade down like that, and it starts to look like a local double top, right? So upper resistance, two upper resistances. One's the 200-day at about 31,296.92, and the other one's on a descending orange ring at 31,788 and 69 cents, conveniently enough, right? So that's what we're looking at there. If we look at the 5-minute, you can see we're trying to break up again out of this big pump that we've had. And it could work out beautifully to where we pump all the way up here, and then the futures market opens, the volume comes in, and it dumps off. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. After, in another channel breaking exclusive, you can see guaranteed in the money stocks.com has hit a milestone. We are at 1,066 page views. I'm going to be updating on some new articles on my upcoming thought for the week ahead in crypto. And then the United States natural gas short and Apple short that we're in, right? But we've hit at 1,066 views, and that's a milestone in Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing breaking news website, guaranteedinthemoneystocks.com. That's guaranteedinthemoneystocks.com. You can see the UNG put we're in. We got what we were at, current price and formation. You can see we did very well on that. We had, where was our other one? Our Algo and XRP short that we did very well. And we had the targeted move out of this pattern breakdown and guaranteedinthemoneystocks.com. And those two were both in the money and profitably. It was a beautiful profit there. Anyone that took the trades along with me, right? We laid it all out there in a super simple, easy way to look at and to figure out what's actually going on to make educated, informative trades, right? And if we look at, say, XLM right now, you can see we had a nice pump, but we got to zoom out to the 3-hour, and you can see now we're coming up into the moving averages, where to me this looks like if you're going to try to get enough stamina to get way up into here or do something good and get back into the feel of things into some bullish action, Right now, you got to come down and build a nice base and then try to rocket off of it, right? Or this looks like the price is starting to squeeze and tighten and constrict as you work your way out into the future from right here. And this to me seems like it's just waiting, maybe have one peak up and then it's just going to roll over on itself, right? To me, these all look like they're bearish continuation patterns, just looking at the price action and how it's winding up. And I think as soon as you top out in these 200-day, even if you got up to 61 cents, that's just going to make for a harsher rollover after. The bigger you rise right now, the harder you fall, the quicker you fall. Because I believe after this bearish continuation pattern is done, wherever it may end up at up here, this is your next major target is 29 cents to the downside. Any rip that you get now, I would be selling into that if I bought some of these big dips. And if I'm up 20, 30%, you sell that beautiful swing trade because as you run into these overhead resistances, you're going to be getting beat down and smacked down by the criminal gangsters and banksters that have infiltrated the United States government, Federal Reserve, and world monetary and fiscal policies in order to drive, dictate policy to beat down and drive the average American working man, woman, and child into a repetitive state of dependency on the government as they manipulate the markets, the criminal gangsters and banksters, right? And they've orchestrated and infiltrated strategically and flawlessly over the last 100 years, 120 years since the central bank, the central gangsters got a headquarters in the United States, and they're executing their plan of devaluation of currency, inflation of assets, and the loaning out of money, guaranteeing the citizens of this country are ever more and even more debt to their subservient gangster, bankster, master, and it keeps them from not controlling their own country because we've lost our currency to a bunch of central gangsters and banksters that manipulate the markets, that loan us currency that we must pay back with interest. When if they loan us $1,000, the first $1,000 ever from the central gangster, and they say we got to pay 10% interest, well, we got to pay the guy 100 or 1,000 or $110 back on that $100 loan. Well, where are we coming up with the $110, the extra $10? The criminal gangster bankster only lent me $100. Therefore, on the first loan, I could never fully repay that loan with interest unless I took out another loan or somebody else came to the criminal gangster bankster and took out a line of credit from him, therefore expanding the currency supply and fulfilling the $10 in interest. I must pay the criminal gangsters banksters back. You see how that works? It's a big swirling pile of shit that puts you into an ever-ending perpetual debt, and your currency, native currency, you lose control of, which means you lose your sovereignty when you lose your currency, which then means you lose your freedom, right? And then you lose everything else because you can't have nothing without freedom. You don't have currency without freedom, and you can't keep freedom without your own money, right? So that's what's going on here. The criminal gangsters and banksters are fleece heisting and shisting the market, and we're getting little bounces off a depressed state. So sell the rips. Nobody knows exactly how high the rip goes, but sell the rips just like right now in Matic. After a big flush, if you're getting some of this bottom and you're up 50%, 60%, start selling that because the odds of you getting up to that $1.78 is very limited. The highest you could probably get is right around that $1.96 mark, right? Sell the rips, sell the rips, short the rips, and profit immensely. Watch out and sidestep the criminal gangsters. Peace and love. Peace and love.